Yo. In today's video, I'm going to show you the anatomy of a highly converting cold traffic sales page. Our full A to Z process for creating sales pages that absolutely crush on Meta and YouTube cold traffic. Now, just so you know that these principles work, I want to showcase a few screenshots of the results that we're getting. Now, the first one, as you see, 100% cold traffic, Meta, 5.72% front end conversion rate, purchase conversion rate. Second screenshot, 8.1% front end conversion rate, 5.66% conversion rate, 12.8 front end conversion rate. Here, another screenshot, 12.66% front end conversion rate. And all of these funnels that we're creating, all of these clients that we're working with, use the exact same A to Z process that I'm unveiling with you today. So, of course, make sure to tune in to the end of this video because a lot of games can be spilt. Now, we start our landing pages, our cold traffic sales pages, of course, with heavy focus on the above the fold section. Because as you know, if someone's coming through Meta or YouTube ads, the main thing that gets their attention is the above the fold section. And if your above the fold section is not solidified, people are going to view it and then they're going to leave and then they're going to seek another competitor. And you don't want that happening. So you want a lot of focus and a lot of attention on the above the fold. Now, the way that we structure our above the fold section, the first critical ingredient is the ICP call out with a benefit. And this is the eyebrow section. And we essentially call out our dream avatar with the main benefit that they want to achieve. Very simple. For some context, some examples, let's say we're targeting women over 40 that want to lose fat and finally have all the energy to spend with their grandchildren, right? The way that we would call them out is for women over 40 wanting to regain the energy that they had in their mid 20s, right? We call them out with the benefit. It gets their attention. It knows that this sales page and this product and this entire idea that we're trying to sell them is strictly for them. So this is the most important thing. Of course, it gets their attention. And then beneath the ICP call out with the benefit, of course, as you know, the importance is the headline and the subheadline. Now, the headline, of course, it needs to sell them the main benefit that you're, of course, selling, whether that's fat loss, make more money, sign more clients, whatever the benefit is, the benefit needs to be abundantly clear on the headline. And with our headlines, we follow a simple formula. Now, I'm going to quickly add a quick connector here. Our headlines, if I add a quick note here, it's typically in this structure. We use one of two structures. The first one is discover the X system that's helped Y amount of specific ICP. Now, here's specific ICP you would actually mention. Like, for example, that's helped hundreds of women over 40, that's helped hundreds of Christian entrepreneurs, that's helped hundreds of agency owners, etc. Right? You need to call out the ICP very specifically because specificity makes money. So the first variation, discover the X system that's helped Y amount of specific ICP achieve X outcome. Now, achieve X outcome, of course, that's losing fat, making more money, signing more clients, right? You kind of need to find these benefits with the research that you're conducting. So achieve X outcome despite limitation 1, limitation 2, or limitation 3. Now, in recent videos that I've done, I've, of course, covered the importance of overcoming objections, right? Every single person, they've got internal limitations and objections that may prevent them from taking action. In your subheadline, you need to attack these from the get-go so they're not left in no man's land. So this is the first benefit that we use. And then the second one is another highly converting headline structure. And it's kind of like, here's how you can achieve X outcome by doing Y thing without these limitations. Without, apologies, it will be without limitation 1, limitation 2, or limitation 3. Now, we worked with an accounting firm offer, and the headline read, here's how you acquire a wildly profitable accounting firm that can net you $200,000 a year in annual passive cash flow without doing this, without doing that, right? These are two proven headline structures to use. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. These are absolutely crush. And of course, as a byproduct of these headlines, it's why we're able to achieve results like these on 100% cold traffic. 5.72% front end conversion rate, 8.10, and the list goes on, right? So that's the headline and the subheadline. The headline gets their attention. The subheadline teases the solution in like a lot more detail and overcomes more objection. In this subheadline, you can kind of mention that in order to achieve this outcome, you don't need these objections, don't need these limitations. Now, beneath the headline and the subheadline, for all our clients, we do add a VSL. So the VSL, of course, introduces these folks to the client. It kind of teases the solution, brings up problems, and of course, lets them know when they buy this product today, how their life could be better. It could be better because when they begin implementing the strategies, they'll be able to sign more clients. They'll be able to do this, do this, do this, do this, etc. Right now, the VSL is very critical. Our VSLs are 10 to 12 minutes long, and they're important, right? Because if someone's coming from cold traffic, these prospects, they don't know, like, or trust you. It's the first time they're hearing about you. So when you add a VSL, 10 to 12 minutes long, it's another touch point to build up these elements with your dream prospects for them to easily take action. So we always add VSLs. We have split tested this. VSL versus a product image only, and the VSLs always outperform. So that's the VSL. Now, on the right-hand side of our sales pages, we add a few important things. So we've got, of course, an order form to sell the low-ticket product. And our order form pages, they're always, I'm going to add a quick note here, these order form pages, because I've seen a lot of marketers take different routes with this. Put this like slightly smaller in size. These are two-step order forms for user info collection. Now, this is superior because if someone enters their details on the two-step and then they don't buy, they're now inside our ESP for remarketing. When someone enters their details, their first name, email, and phone number, and then they don't buy, they also get set by a setter, of course, get them to buy the low-ticket product or book a call as early as possible. So this is important for remarketing, and we use this for setters and also on the email list. When someone enters their details and they don't buy, they're put inside a 7 to 10 email automation, overcoming their objections, getting back on the sales page to buy. So very important that you use a two-step order form. We have split tested this across dozens of industries, and two-step order forms are always superior. Now, beneath the two-step order form, we have got risk reversal, and we add a guarantee, 60-day, 90-day, 30-day, whatever your guarantee is. And then beneath the guarantee badge, we highlight, of course, the importance of the guarantee. It's kind of like our 60-day money-back guarantee highlights that if you implement all the strategies inside and still don't see this X outcome, we'll give you back all the money that you invested. So it's important for risk reversal because, as you know now, right, with info marketing, prospects are becoming increasingly skeptical, and you need to overcome this with risk reversal to make their lives easier. We always add these guarantee badges, these risk reversal elements, and then beneath the risk reversal, we have a copy hinge. Now, you may not be too familiar with a copy hinge, but the principle of a copy hinge is beneath your order form, add 4 to 6 images and 3 videos of your dream ICP achieving X outcome. Now, this is very important for conversion rates because it kind of shows these prospects what's possible when they redeem this product, right? And especially if these testimonials kind of says, I achieved this outcome, and when I got started, I didn't need this, I didn't need this, I didn't need this. So the right testimonials, they overcome objections and they make the conversion process a lot easier. So we always add the copy hinge. The copy hinge is on the right-hand side, and on mobile view is beneath the VSL and the first CTA. We have got a few more testimonials to create this credibility. So that's the right-hand side, right? We've got order form, risk reversal, copy hinge, which overcomes the objections, floods them with proof. And then beneath the VSL, of course, our first CTA. This CTA redirects them to the order form page for a seamless process. Now, I specifically mentioned outcome-driven CTA, right? Many marketers, they make the mistakes of adding mediocre CTAs, kind of like, yes, I want this, or yes, give me access today, right? The way that we do our CTAs, they're very outcome and dimensionalized benefit tied. So it's kind of like, yes, I want to finally achieve this dream physique that I've been dreaming about without these objections. So the outcome-driven CTA, make sure you highlight the dimensionalized benefits. Very, very important. And then beneath our first CTA, we've got an overview and introduction of our system. This, of course, explains the product that we're selling in kind of simple terms and why they need it, right? Like this system, it includes XYZ and allows you to achieve these benefits without these objections, right? Very simple. Just briefly introduce these guys to the system that you're selling, the low ticket product that you're creating. And then beneath the overview and the introduction of our system, we've got a section which is kind of like why this system should matter to you. And the way that we structured this, I'm going to add a quick note. Here, we add a market-based, a market-relevant study that backs up this opportunity. Now, for some context, we're working with a trading client right now, and inside this section, we kind of highlighted is the Wall Street market. It's projected to reach X amount of cash collected over this time period. And the more that this market grows, the bigger your opportunity is to, of course, come in and collect cash. So it's always great here to add a market relevant study that backs up this case study. Of course, it depends on the industry that you're working in, right? If you're selling, I don't know, like let's say an Amazon FBA program, it's kind of picking up the growth of the Amazon FBA industry. Like how many new listings go on the platform daily? Or if you're on Shopify, like how quickly is the market projected to grow, right? This creates the credibility. So here, a market relevant study. And then beneath this section, very important, is why this system is inferior and invalidation of other solutions. So when they're kind of a bit familiar and aware of what our system is and why it matters to them, here's where we begin to invalidate other solutions, right? We kind of say, we create this system, it's pulled from the experience of being in an industry for years, and it's superior to other solutions because unlike these other mediocre solutions, our solution does this, right? So you need to invalidate the solutions, like invalidate other solutions. Sorry, it's like, why are other solutions on the marketplace shit and what makes your one superior, right? With more benefits. And then beneath this section, the invalidation. Invalidation is very important, right? Don't neglect this step. It really moves the needle forward. Beneath the invalidation, we introduce these cold traffic guys to the face of the brand, our client, right? As I highlighted earlier on in the video, this is a cold traffic sales page. The people coming from Meta and YouTube, they don't know, like, and trust you. It's the first time they're hearing about your name. So you need to create as many touch points as humanly possible, of course, completed with your VSL, of course, completed with these elements. But the story section is very important in, of course, building up these know, like, and trust elements. Now, I'm going to give you a quick structure of story section that you can use. And I'll explain the story section because we use the story section over and over again. And it's nightmare, breaking, turning, and rosy. I've covered this structure in my free email marketing course, but it's really simple. So the nightmare situation, I'll label it as one. The nightmare situation is the worst possible situation your client has been in, right? It's kind of like I was working this dead end job, working 45 hours a week. I was struggling to make ends meet. I was only taking one vacation a month. I had no time for myself. I had to come up with excuses when my child had a soccer game, whatever the problems are, right? The nightmare situation is the worst situation that you or your client has been in. And then the breaking point is the second one. The breaking point is the specific event that inspired you, your client, to finally seek change, right? If I'm selling a business program, this breaking point could be that one evening his manager asked him to do overtime and he's already worked 50 hours a week. And then when he asked, like he knew that this job life wasn't for him and he wanted to seek change, right? The breaking point is one specific event that forced you to better your life. Now, beneath the breaking point, we've got the turning point. And the turning point is the moment where your client stumbled across the solution you're teaching. So when you've kind of experienced the breaking point, when you know that you didn't want to continue this bad life, what was the turning point, the moment where you stumbled across your solution? Now, in BizOp, if you sell, I don't know, an Amazon, Shopify, Airbnb program, this may be that you met someone in a cafe shop and then they were wearing like a nice watch, they had like a nice car. You asked them what they did, and then they said that they done this Airbnb rental arbitrage thing, right? That's an example of a turning point. Or another turning point could be your curiosity got the best of you one day. You went on Reddit and YouTube, you began searching for ways to make money online, and then you saw this one YouTube video from this guy that had a 45-minute free course teaching you Airbnb rental arbitrage. It got your interest, and then you wanted to bet your life, right? Turning point, one specific event. Then beneath the turning point, we've got the rosy picture. Now, the rosy picture is the best possible situation your client has been in thanks to the solution you're selling with this sales page. Now, the nightmare situation I mentioned, right, is the worst possible situation. Working 45 hours a week, dead end job, no time to see your children, stuff like this, right? The rosy picture is the opposite, is what are you now able to achieve thanks to this solution, right? Being able to travel, being able to buy these cars, being able to tick locations of your bucket list, finally having the peace of mind that you've always wanted, having all the time in the world for your children, creating like a legacy, being able to create generational wealth, like these are examples of benefits from the rosy picture. If you use this structure on your cold traffic sales pages, you'll build up the know, like, and trust elements for cold traffic peeps, and you'll see conversion rates. So yeah, that's the introduction story of the client. Beneath this introduction story, and then you would notice this a lot, we have got a lot of CTAs. On our sales pages, we probably have, I'm not sure the specific number, but a lot of CTAs, because the more CTAs, the better conversions you'll see. Because of course, this section may resonate to some people, and then they feel the urge to click the CTA. This section may resonate with other people, and then they feel the urge to, of course, click the CTA. So more CTAs, more cash. So beneath the story, we've got how this system works. And we typically do this in a visual format, and it kind of looks like this, right? The old way and the new way. So this is a visual example of a client that we're actually running up, and he sells a trading low ticket product, right? We're sending people into 8K clients on the back end. And the old way of seeing success with trading is staring at charts for hours, trying to manually spot patterns, getting lost, second guess every trades, entering trades too late, watching winning stocks take off without you, and missing big opportunities, right? This is the old way. But these prospects, these aspiring traders, they can flip the switch. And to see success with our system, they can just open a scanner, let it instantly fill out the noise, get a precise list, pick the best setups, enter trades early, and of course, make profits, right? This visual element is increased our conversion rate a bunch because it invalidates other solutions and makes our solution seem as humanly easy as possible, right? So make sure you add this. And then once again, beneath this system, we've got another outcome-driven CTA. And I must say, I'll add a quick note to this. With your CTAs, don't be afraid of altering the texts inside, right? On some CTAs, you may have, yes, I want to achieve this benefit without these objections. And in another CTA, it may be, yes, I want instant access today for only $27, right? Like, don't be afraid to change the text inside the CTAs, because it does help with, of course, differentiation. So don't be afraid of this. And then beneath the visual element of how the system works, now we tease the offer stack and the perceived value maxim. Let me quickly add a capital I here because my OCD is coming in. So the offer stack and perceived value, this first product mockup image, it's a mock-up image of all the offer components included, including the bonuses. And then beneath here, we add a quick text on what's included, how many modules are inside, do they get access to a community, what benefits can they see, etc. Right? And it's very important, but with these sales pages, perceived value is very important. So when you create these mock-up images, make sure that they actually scream high status, right? They can't be standard ones created simply on Canva without like design or your client's face on it. They need to scream high value, right? They need to actually seem as high status as possible because that's when you see the best conversion rates. So this mock-up image is the entire offer component with the bonuses. And then what we always do is beneath the main offer component, we bonus stack. So bonus one, here's where you get access to. Bonus two, here's what you get access to. Bonus 3, here's what you get access to. Bonus 4, here's what you get access to, and so on and so on and so on. Now, with the bonus stacking, I'm going to add another quick note because this is really important. With your bonus stacking, price anchor the value and let the customers know that when they redeem, how do I spell this word? There we are. X product, they get these bonuses for free. For example, bonus 1 price is normally 297. Yours today free, right? Bonus 2 price is normally 197. Yours today free. Really important because I see marketers make this mistake once again. It's kind of like they say that this bonus is valued at X amount, and then your prospects, they subconsciously believe that that's how much it truly costs. But it doesn't cost that much. It's free for them when they, of course, redeem this exclusive offer and when they finally decide to take action. So highlight the price anchor in here, and your bonuses need to perfectly complement your main low ticket product. What bonuses can you offer that allow customers to get a quicker win, right? For like another client, we were selling cold email scripts on the front end. As some bonuses, we offered a sales call recording vault and like a sales script that they can follow. So when they apply the scripts, they can, of course, close deals easier. So make sure your bonuses perfectly complement your main product, because that's when the perceived value is the best. Now, beneath the bonuses, once again, outcome-driven CTA, right? Here, you can be kind of creative. It's like, yes, I want to redeem my exclusive one-time offer and get access to these 5 limited-time bonuses to fast-track my success, right? Don't be afraid of breaking the rules. Like the CTAs, they don't need to be copy and paste. The CTAs can have differentiation. Then, beneath the bonuses, we've got proof. And with some of our clients' landing pages, we've got like dozens and dozens and dozens of proof, like probably, like no exaggeration, like 36 screenshots of like weight loss transformations, right? From different people, different backgrounds, different ages, different ICPs. This is when you build the most amount of credibility possible. So don't be afraid to bombard this page. We do add a combination of before and afters, screenshots, and video testimonials. The video testimonials is what I laid out above, right? Where we got the copy hinge. We add 3 to 4 video testimonials of our prospects seeing this result inside the copy hinge, but also like in this testimonial section, bombard them with proof, right? Outcome driven CTA, once again, right? Add as many CTAs as humanly possible. This outcome driven CTA, you can be like, yes, I want to achieve this outcome and finally join hundreds of others seeing similar benefits inside, right? Differentiation. Guarantee summary for risk reversal. And just a quick reminder, but when you take action today on this limited time offer, you're backed by our 60-day, no questions, money back guarantee, which states that if you go over everything that's included and you don't see this result, email us at this email and we'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Reduce the risk that these prospects have. The market is becoming increasingly skeptical, right? Overcome as much risk as possible. Now, this we do for some clients. So when we're getting to the bottom of the sales page, right? By the way, like when a prospect scrolls down to the bottom of the sales page, that prospect is typically more skeptical, meaning you need to overcome more objections and give them more risk reversal elements to make their job easier, right? It's like someone who views the VSL, they may be ready to buy for sure, but then the prospects in more like resistant mode, they scroll, they read, they check out the images, etc. So make sure the bottom of your sales page is dialed. But that being said, we do add a Crossroads section for some of our clients. And a Crossroads, of course, it's very simple, right? Is option 1, you decide to leave this page right now, not invest in this product, and continue living the life that you are living right now, not seeing these benefits, right? Option 2, you try to do it alone. Or option 3, you can finally see this outcome and fast track your results by investing in this limited time, one-time offer for a one-time investment of only X, etc. Right? What this does, it gives your prospects power in the decision-making process, but also highlights why your option, right, option three, is superior to the others. It's superior because if you try to do it alone, you spend months of doing X, Y, Z, you waste like a lot of money, etc. But with option three, is like you see fast track. You see fast track, and you only need to invest at one time. So we do add Crossroads, another outcome-driven CTA. More CTAs, the better. And then beneath this Crossroads, we highlight the guarantee, kind of frame it in a way saying you don't even need to say yes. We're just asking for a maybe, right? Like this is actual copy and paste example that we're doing for one of our clients, and it says you're the only one who can make an informed decision about whether this is for you or not. So that's why I don't want you to say yes today, just say maybe. Meaning, redeem your $27 offer today and get instant access to X system and your 5 exclusive on the house bonuses. Start going through the material and see if it's for you or not. If not, and if you don't see results with the material inside within 60 days, just email our support team and use our money back guarantee, right? Risk reversal, risk reversal, risk reversal. The market is increasingly skeptical. Like highlight as much risk reversal as possible. And then beneath here, we've got an FAQs. And the FAQs, I'll quickly add a note because this is really important. Your FAQs have to be limitation overcoming maxed, right? Don't add random questions. Like each frequently asked question, it needs to overcome one key objection. Like for this training client, we had like, why is it so cheap? Right, that's one objection. Or how long will it take me to see results? Right? How is it different from other trading systems? Right? These are all objections and limitations that prospects have. So make sure you overcome these in the frequently asked questions. And then here we also add another CTA. I'll copy and paste this beneath the FAQs. Here we add another CTA. Just make that smaller. Question 5, another outcome-driven CTA. And then beneath the frequently asked questions, we're giving them a final reminder of what's included when they redeem access today, with all the bonuses, and then some final FOMO play. I'm not going to read this because, of course, the value is what matters the most. But I will be adding this Mara board beneath this YouTube video to, of course, give you guys the indication you need to use something similar for your offers. But this section is like a final moment of truth and even more FOMO, right? It's kind of like if you don't take action today, what's going to happen to your life? Like what negative things are going to happen? But if you do take action, how will your life change in a positive way? This is like a final FOMO reminder. And then, of course, another outcome-driven and FOMO creating CTA. So this is the entire cold traffic sales page structure to a T, A to Z. I will be embedding this Mara board beneath this YouTube video. And of course, as usual, hoping that you found some insane value in this video. And let's make this money. Let's scale this offer. Let's scale these offers, sorry. And of course, if you went this far, make sure to subscribe respectfully if you haven't already to my free email newsletter where I send a daily, like I don't skip a day, newsletter on info marketing, direct response, client acquisition, client retention, scaling an agency, and we've got thousands of people already inside. So make sure you opt in, and to the next video. Let's get it.